Hello, welcome to today's video. I'm Anna and today I'm going to be taking you through a hip focused flow. So we'll be combining yoga flow with some mobility movements to really get into the hip space. All right, jump on your mat and we'll get started. So we're going to start in a toe sit position. So coming forward, tucking the toes under and rocking back onto the feet. If this is really uncomfortable for you, try a couple of breaths here. Otherwise, you can just come down onto the tops of the feet at any time. Okay, so starting here, and we're going to warm up the upper body. So let's start by taking the arms out in front, and we're going to take some swimmer arms. So taking one arm back, and then the other. And as the palm comes forward, it's facing in towards the body. And as it comes back, it's starting to rotate away. And then it will naturally come facing forward as you rotate the arms back in. Okay, just a few more like this, hitting my pot plant there. And then let's reverse. So being mindful of the breath here as well. Nice equal inhalation and exhalation, either through the nostrils, or if that's not comfortable, you have a bit of a blocked nose, then just inhaling and exhaling through the mouth. I'm not trying to keep them nice and even and steady. Beautiful, and coming back down to center. Let's rock off the tops of the feet for a moment. And coming back in. Lovely. From here, let's just take the palms together in front, rounding through the spine. Exhale, open out through the chest. Keep going like this. So we're getting a little upper body warm up here as well, but mostly we're just trying to distract you from the feet. I know, it's uncomfortable, but we're opening up the soles of the feet and the toes. One more. And set it down. Well done. Coming onto all fours. Again, tapping out the tops of the feet. Okay. Tucking the toes again. Coming back onto the knees. And we're going to work through a little squat mobility drill. So, first round we'll use the hands, and then if you can progress from there, you can. So from here, let's rock all the way back into a squat. You might need to widen the feet a little bit. Toes can be facing slightly outwards, but we're nice and active here in our squat. Okay, starting to tip forward, so the knees are coming down towards the floor. Take the hands down to help you, and tap. Lifting all the way up, untuck the toes. And sitting all the way down, hands behind and leaning back. Rocking forward, coming all the way up, tuck the toes, just spread the feet a little bit wider so we're ready for the squat. And then start leaning back. Use the hands and coming back into the squat. So we'll repeat that a few times. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, we can try without the hands. So coming forward with control, a little bit of balance work here, knees come down, and sitting all the way back, and leaning back. Coming forward, come up, tuck the toes, coming back to the squat, and let's move through that one again. Tuck the toes, lean back to the squat. Nicely done. Okay, starting to take the hands out a little bit further in front of you. Coming up into a forward fold, but keep the knees bent. Stay up on the balls of the feet if you need to. So almost in a downward dog, but a little bit narrower. And then just starting to pedal the feet. So one heel starts to come down towards the floor, and then the other. Continuing that breath. Inhale, exhale, nice and steady. Lovely. Starting to crawl all the way out from here into a plank position. And tapping the knees to the floor for 1, 2, nice strong through the arms. Just the knees moving, so we're not lifting the butt as we come up. Yeah, last one. And hold here. Tip a little bit of weight forward over the fingertips. And now all the way back, downward facing. Now, if the heels don't come down, don't worry. You can be up here on the balls of the feet with a nice little bend. If you're forcing the heels down and that's causing you to round through the spine, then just bend the knees, okay? You'll get a lot more out of this pose. And now let's take a little pedal from here. One heel down, then the other. Even if it doesn't come to the floor, it's just the idea of bringing the heel towards the floor. Okay, now readjusting the feet if you need to, as we'll come up into a one-legged down dog. Now this doesn't have to be as high, the leg can be down here. Now let's bend the knee and open the hip. Just watching that we don't collapse through that left shoulder, keeping that nice and steady. Now we're going to step that right foot all the way to the outside of the right hand. From here, turning, twisting towards the right knee, drop the left hip, and then lift that hip up towards the sky. Plant the hands back down. Might want to take the hand to the outside as we prepare to step forward into Warrior 3. Stepping up onto that right leg, lift the arms if you can, bringing that left knee up into a standing balance pose. Strong through that standing leg. Taking that left leg out to the side, opening that hip. Back to our Warrior 3. Step that foot all the way back. See if you can do it nice and slowly. Crescent Lunge, open out the shoulders. Rocking all the way back into Skandasana. If you can, coming all the way down without hands. If you need hands, taking the hands to the floor to lower you down. And sitting all the way down. Dropping that left knee down towards the mat. Now lift it up slightly as you take that heel all the way forward and tap it to the floor. Bring it all the way back. Drop the knee again. Lift it up. We're going to come back up into that Skandasana position. Use hands if you need. Now pressing all the way up. See if you can keep this right leg straight until we're all the way up. And then turning back into our Crescent Lunge. Frame the foot, knee to chest. Take it all the way back, one-legged downward facing. Plant the foot, tap the knees. Left leg lifts into our one-legged down dog. Open through that hip. Watch that right shoulder. Both arms strong. Step it all the way to the outside of the left hand. and drop that right hip towards the mat. Then lift it up through the twist. Hands come down, frame the foot. Get ready to step it up onto the left leg. Arms come forward, warrior three. Bring that leg all the way through. Now open it out. Take it back through warrior three. Set it down with control. Open out the arms, cactus arms. Coming all the way into our side lunge, Skandasana. If you can, lowering all the way down to the floor. Drop that knee. Lift it slightly to allow you to bring that heel forward. Tap it to the floor. All the way back. Drop it down. And then press back up to our Skandasana. Keep this left leg straight if you can, all the way up. And crescent lunge. Frame the foot. Knee into the chest. Send it back. And foot comes down. And tap the knees. This time we'll take 5 taps here. 2. Drive the heels down towards the floor. 3, 4, 5. Let's take one more round. Right leg lifts, open the hip. Step it to the outside of the right hand, twist, drop the hip, and then lift towards the sky. Frame the foot. Warrior three. Coming up with the knee, and then open the hip. Send it back. With control, crescent lunge, open out through the chest. Skandasana. All the way down, drop the knee. Tap the heel. Plant the foot. Drop the knee. Lifting back up. Crescent lunge. Frame the foot. Press the hands into the floor, rounding through the shoulder blades. Lift the knee into chest. One-legged down dog, and set it down. My mat's traveling a bit here. Okay, taking one knee tap. Left leg lifts. Open the hip. Step it to the outside of the left hand. And drop the hip. Lift it up. Frame the foot. Get bouncy through that back leg and see if you can step it up in one go. Warrior three. Bring the knee up. Open out the hip. Send it back with control. Skandasana. All the way down to the floor. Drop the knee. Tap the heel. Drop the knee again. Press all the way up. Warrior, crescent lunge, sorry. Hands to the floor. Knee to chest. Downward facing, one leg. Plant it down. And 5, 4. Nice and long through the spine. If the spine is rounding, just don't go as far with the heels. And 5. Drop the knees. Taking a puppy pose here. So keeping the hip over the knee. Take the hands forward. Could take the fingertips tented and drop the chest down towards the floor, either gazing forward or if that's a bit intense on the shoulders, taking the forehead down. Lovely. Finding that breath again here. Rocking all the way back to child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Let's take a little twist. Right arm comes out. Left arm follows, but coming onto the pinky edge. And then dropping down, thinking about sending that left hip down towards the floor. Back through center. Over to the other side, left arm out. Right arm follows onto the pinky edge. Back through center. Rocking up to all fours and coming into a seated position. Lovely. Well done. That definitely got my heart rate up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. Taking the hands to heart center. One hand over the other. Closing the eyes here. Just taking a final few deep and conscious breaths. Noticing if you feel any different now to the start of the practice. Lovely. Taking the hands down. I'd encourage you to take 5 or 10 minutes now in Shavasana or take a seated meditation before you head back into your day. Otherwise, just take a few more conscious breaths here if that's all you have time for. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.